Hey everybody, Pastor Vern for the daily update on November 10th. It's Tuesday, 2020. Uh, wow, a lot of stuff going on yet again. Got a little more information on the changes for church. There is going to be a mask mandate by the state. Also, we have a limitation on seating. We have to do the 6 foot apart thing for sure. So we're going to be figuring that out as we go along. Also, hopefully, we'll get that. We'll get a situation where we can continue to have joyful and meaningful worship, and so we're going to keep working on that. Another update I've got for you is I messed up and did not get Sunday's worship in St. Ed recorded correctly. I got it on the disc, but not in a way that I can download it to my computer. I messed up when I shut the machine off. That's all on me, and so there won't be any worship from St. Ed for November. What was that? The 8th. Okay. All right. Well, let's move on. We're going to still look at some kind of different stuff from the Bible, from the history of God's people. And today we're going to talk about candles. And the candles are pretty prominent in the church. We see them in a lot of different ceremonies and so on. Also, when I was a kid, we had these big candle operas in the front of the church, and when we lit candles as kids, as acolytes, we would have to light. I don't remember how many were on there. There was probably, I think there was, I don't know, around 9, I suppose, on the candle opera. And then we'd light the candles up on the altar. And one of the things that is kind of interesting about the candles is traditionally, and I know we have some of these in a couple of the churches in boxes now that we've gone to the oil candles, but we do have a few around, is that candles for churches were predominantly, and in some cases mandatorily, beeswax candles. Now, we know, especially with the history of people in Nebraska, the Great Plains, is that you can make candles out of several different kinds of stuff. That you can make this waxy substance, which allows a wick to burn slowly and puts out some light. Tallow was something that was used, especially in the Great Plains, for a long time. Cattle fat, essentially, to make candles. There's other substances that are used from time to time. There's paraffin wax, which is a more of an oil-based kind of thing. But the reason they use beeswax for candles in churches is beeswax was considered the purest of materials, as Christ was pure. And so when you're lighting the dual nature of Christ on the altar, when you use a 2 candle system, as we do in our churches most of the time, occasionally we go to a 1 candle system that celebrates a united Christ and a united church. But when we use a 2 candle system, one is for Christ's divinity and one's for Christ's humanity. So totally divine, totally human at the same time. The dual nature of Christ. We use these beeswax candles traditionally as a reminder of the purity of Christ. Beeswax candles are relatively expensive, and so what we're looking at is that churches were willing to sacrifice some monetary things in order to have those beeswax candles to honor Christ in what they thought was the appropriate manner. And quite frankly, I think it was of interest that we would use this purity of wax, this purity of candle, as Jesus is the light of the world. All right. Well, a little bit more that we've gotten taken care of with some history of the traditions of the church. I was glad that you all tuned in today. Can remind other folks that these are available if you find them interesting. Others might also. Take good care of yourselves, watch out for others, and stay safe. We'll see you later.